Hi, welcome. Today I wanted to talk about how subconscious beliefs were formed and how to address that. So, most of us live with a filter over our eyes that was formed in early childhood when we were 5, 6 years old. And that filter has a message of I'm not good enough, I'm unlovable, I don't deserve ease, I need to work really hard. All those beliefs, even I need to work really hard, that belief was formed to prove my worth. And that belief originated in early childhood, and it's still driving our thinking, our feeling, and our actions. So when we are young, we don't have mental capacity to understand logically what's happening in the people that care for us in their lives. We don't see that mom is overwhelmed because she has 3 children to look after. We don't see that dad is unavailable because of his own emotional past traumas. And everything that unfolds when we are children, we make it mean something about us. And that's a survival thing. It's less hurt, less unsafe to think it's our fault. It's kind of like wanting to be in control. So when we feel completely out of control about our safety because people around us don't feel safe to be around, instead of seeing things as they are, which we are not able to, we make it mean that it's our fault, that I must be something wrong with me. And that decision, that filter keeps running our life until we see that it's not true, that the decisions we made when we were little are not true. And when we realize they're not true, and when they were created and why they were created, the way they were created, we free ourselves and we can decide to see things clearly. So current emotional triggers are portals to the unconscious mind. Those triggers reveal what we still believe. And unless we look, unless we feel the discomfort with compassion, with loving awareness that we are already, the cycles will keep perpetuating. So I invite you, if you aligned with this message, if you feel aligned with me as your potential guide, to reach out, book a session, or emotionalintegration.net/booking, and I'll be honored to work with you. You don't have to look through those filters anymore. You can lay them down. They are not true. They never were true. You were never broken. They were innocent decisions that we made. And we can have profound shifts emotional, energetic, physical shifts, because our energy, our emotions, thoughts, feelings create our current state of being. Latest example that of my work with a client was client felt stuck, unable to move in life, unable to make decisions, unable to get involved in any uplifting projects. And what was behind that was past trauma of a teacher judging her work. You know, it's so subconscious. The decision she made at that point in time, it's unsafe to be me. It's unsafe to create. It's unsafe to be authentic. Once she saw that, once it was revealed, a new, fresh, true perspective can be created or tapped into. We always have a choice whether we create from the past or whether we create from present inspiration. There can be present inspiration if the past is still lurking, if the past is blocking that divine inspiration. You know, people we attract are also mirrors to what's still unhealed. You know, let's say a mother has a child who's pushing boundaries all the time. Well, that mother has a lesson to learn, you know, that it is safe to say no. You know, there could be belief that setting boundaries is unloving from the past, because maybe in the past the boundaries that were set were actually unfair and unloving and misunderstood, or there was no clarity as to why those boundaries were in place. Maybe there was too much control, you know. So revisiting our triggers is a profound step towards emotional freedom, and I invite you, if you're ready and willing and able, to either book a call with me or someone else that aligns better with this message, with you. I wish you peace. So much love. Bye bye.